Hey, what's up everybody? It's George with another video, and I'd like to go ahead and do a EIGRP troubleshooting lab. This is from the CCNP route lab manual. It starts on page 104. I have both the hard copy as well as a PDF version. The reason I have the PDF is so I can just copy paste the configs over, which is what I've already done. Let me go ahead and show you that. Uh, Here is the topology. What I did is I copy pasted that topology, and I went ahead and put it in a paint, so I can have it here on the side. And I edited this one here because I thought, well, mostly because I'm using the 3600 routers on my GNS3 server, so they don't have the same numbering like this. So what I have to do is to change it over, and essentially if it's 001, it's really 01. So, and here I just kind of clarified that that was 00, because this one is the only one that has like that 1 in the middle. The rest are on the side. So this here would represent 00, this would represent 01, and this is as 00 as well. So this is a troubleshooting lab, even though it's in the route manual. So pretty much what you have to do is copy paste these existing configurations. I edited them because, again, I have to change the numbers, the serial ports. And then what you got to do is make these objectives become a reality. Essentially, the requirements here, they're to use an IP addressing scheme shown in the diagram. So we got to do that. So I'm just going to kind of don't want to make it that small. So we'll do that, and then we'll kind of lift this up there. And yeah, I think that works pretty well. All right. So let me get a drink of water, and then we'll go ahead and start. All right. So we're ready to go. We got everything, all the configurations up and going. Okay. So now use the IP. Okay, so one way we can confirm that is by doing the show IP interface brief. And here we have for router 1, we have to have our serial 00 up 172.16.12. Oh, you see this one here. This is a mistake. This should be 12.1, and over here in the topology it says sorry, in the topology it says 12.0, and here we have, for some reason, 21.0. So that's the first thing that we got to fix. So let's go ahead and do that. Configure terminal. Also, now that I'm there, I would just want to go ahead and show controllers, and I want to make sure that this is in fact the show controllers serial 0/0. I do want to ensure that this is DCE, because that's what it has to be. Now I can go ahead and go to that serial interface and change the IP address to what it's supposed to be, which is 172.16.12.1, and it's a /24, which means that this is the address there. And there you go, the adjacency just went up. So that was one issue there. Let me make sure show IP interface brief. Okay, so that's been corrected. Now we're up and up, and we're up and up on the loopback, of course, 10.1.1.1. So that's good. So this looks just fine. So we're gonna leave that okay for now. Alright, so let's show IP interface brief. We're up and up, up and up, up and up. Now we have 00, 12.2, that's good. 23.2, that's good. And the loopback is perfectly okay. So now the next thing that we need to check here, we do have a DCE, and we need to make sure that serial 0 and serial 2 are not, or serial 0 and serial 1 are DCE and DTE. So what we got to do is go ahead and go to show controllers, serial 0/0. In this case, you see we got an issue here where serial 0/0 is also a DCE. So we don't want that to be a DCE. Cause that show controllers serial 0/1. That one is a DCE. Okay, so we have to change 0/0. Go down, configure. So we got to configure terminal. So interface serial 0/0. Yep. And then go ahead and put no clock rate. And what was the clock rate? I can't remember. Let me do do show controllers serial 0/0. It was 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to say it's 7, so no clock rate of 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So no clock rate there. So now if we go ahead and do the controller again. Now it shouldn't be the DCE. No, I'm not sure what's controlling what. Let me see a show running config. So here's what I want to do. I want to have a no clock rate on this one. So okay, so configure terminal interface serial 0/0 and no clock rate. No clock rate. And let's try that. Show controllers serial 0/0. Now it's being a little stubborn there, where it doesn't want. Now is there communication going from one to the other? It seemed like there is, because it found the neighbors just fine. See, the neighbors working. I don't know. I guess that's just a. I don't know. Maybe it's a GNS3 thing. Who knows? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip that. Okay. Show IP EIGRP1. Show. That's not what I meant to do. Show IP interface brief. Okay. 3, so serial 00, that's .3, 34, that's good. 23.3, that's good. And the loopback is correct. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to 4 and show IP interface brief. And we got two interfaces, serial 0, 34, 4, and 1.4, and they're both up. So that's good. So the only weird thing is this one here. I'm not sure why that's doing that. So let me check on router 1 here. Show controllers serial 0/0. You see, this one here is a DCE. So this one over here should not be a DCE. Let me just bring up the configuration to make sure. Yeah, 0/0. So who knows why that's happening, but Alright, I'll just, we'll leave it at that. Okay, all routers must be participating in the EIGRP Autonomous System 1. So show IP EIGRP 1 topology. So right here, right away, we're gonna find that okay, we don't have our neighbors here. Show IP EIGRP 1 neighbors. So this one is definitely in the EIGRP 1. So let's just double check that in the running config to section on EIGRP 1. So it's advertising here the 10.1 network, which is correct, and the 16.12, which is good, and it has auto summary. It says all networks, and now it has auto summary. I think this has to be no auto summary because right here it's using summarization, the wildcard masks. So do not use any static route, default routes, or other routing protocols. So IP addresses show from all routers. Yeah, I think this auto summary here is going to be a problem. So let's go and do a show running config section of EIGRP 1. And yeah, you see this has no auto summary, and it is summarizing 16.2. Okay, and 16.12.0, and then the 23. That's what it should be advertising. Now this one here, no, I don't want to do that. Configure terminal, router, EIGRP1, and no auto summary. Go ahead and write that. And we just had a, there you go, 12. The summary was configured. Okay. Now here, show running config to have the section where EIGRP1. So again, no auto summary. This one has a 23, 30. Now this shouldn't be 30 here. This should be, okay, so let's go ahead and copy that one. That should be 3. Configure terminal. Router EIGRP1 no, and then paste that in, and then this should be 3. Oops, that should be 3, and let's delete that no part, and that's good. Without that. Okay, so now all networks and diagram must be in Autonomous System 1. So show IP EIGRP neighbors, IP neighbors for process 100. Okay, so I think there might be something wrong here. Show running config. I'm just gonna scroll down this time to the EIGRP section. See, it's using 100. And it's also auto summarizing. The loopback is configured correctly, and so is the serial interface. So what actually I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just completely remove that route 100. So no router 100 at all. And then I'm going to go ahead and add router EIGRP1. Go ahead and advertise the network 172.16.34.0, 0.0.0.255. Before I forget, I'm going to do no auto summary. Go and do network 10.1.4.0, 0.0.0.255. And that should be good. I put 13. Dang it. I knew I was going to mistype something. Terminal, router, yeah. I should have seen a adjacency come up after I typed in this here, but it didn't, obviously, because that's wrong. So copy paste that, and it's going to be no network like that. Network 172.16.34.0 0.0.0.255, and that should bring up an adjacency, and it does. So good. So let's go ahead and write that in. Networks all must be good. Do not use any static routes, default routes, or other routing protocols. Okay, so let's just make sure that there's no other routing protocols. So show IP protocols, EIGRP1. Okay, so only EIGRP is being used. Show IP EIGRP1. Show IP protocols. So I'm just using one. Show IP protocols 1, and show IP protocols, and that's just it. Okay, so now as far as the static routes go, now the other thing I want to see is make sure that the K metrics are all the same. So it's 101, 101, 101, and 101. Okay, just making sure, because that's actually one of the other things that might happen. Alright, so it looks like this is pretty much all that it really requires me to do. It wants me to ping all the addresses in the topology from every single router. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to come back when I have a script ready to run on every router. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and essentially the script goes like this. It's for each together, space address, then a curly brace, then you have all of the IP addresses in my scheme here. So that's all of them there. I manually type them in, and then curly brace, space, curly brace, space, ping, space, $ address, space, and then curly brace. So essentially that's everything. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and let's go from router 1 to router 3. Okay, making sure they're all ready to go. And oh, I was not sure what had happened there, but now I know. First you have to type TCL SH, and then put this in, and then press enter, and you see that one had had everything working just fine. TCL SH, paste and enter, and all of them work just fine. TCL SH, then paste, enter, everything's working. And let's cross our fingers. Oh, TC, how the heck did I spell it? TCLSH. Oh, TCLSH. And paste, and let's cross our fingers now, and yes. So everything's working just fine. Let's go ahead and bring up our let's go ahead and close that out, and go ahead and bring that's not the right one, the requirements. So there we go, we got our requirements all done there. So all of our routers are participating in Autonomous System 1, and they're all mapped. The whole diagram is in Autonomous System 1. There's no static routes or default routes or any other routing protocols at all. All the IP addresses in the topology all belong to the routers, and the IP address scheme is correct as shown in the scheme above, because if not, this stuff here would not work. So that was just all to verify, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and like if you want to see more of this kind of CCNP stuff going on. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.